say? Yes, last episode, guys. God damn. Hey, guys. I'm Chris Gaylor.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin, and today we are back at guys with the OC. First episode from third season.
Yes, the aftermath.
Ooh.
Last episode, what you say? Last episode, it was Caleb's funeral. Kirsten was just spiraling down, so the family decided to hold an intervention for her. It ended up going well. She decided to go to the facility, so she's gone for now. I don't know when we're gonna pick up the story. She could be coming back. We'll see. But yeah, so she went. And right after that, Summer found out about what happened with Marissa and Trey.
She told Seth, who told Ryan, who went up to beat up Trey.
And that Trey had done a thing with Jess that involved a gun, and he still had the gun. He got freaked out. Ryan was trying to beat him up, so he pulled the gun on his brother, told him to walk away. Ryan did not have any of this. They fought. And in the end, Trey was close to killing Ryan. Marissa got to the apartment. She took the gun and she shot Trey.
And now we understood where the meme come from.
Yes. So, I don't know if Trey's dead. I don't know if Kirsten's gonna come back to this, but yeah, this happened. And yeah, we have to deal with the aftermath. So this is where we are. Let's jump in this episode and see what happens. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these episodes, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
Let's go.
Puncture an artery, okay.
I would have done anything for you.
Titles are all over the place.
We still have some more questions for you.
Wait, did Ryan change his haircut? In between, like...
Fuck, Gemma's coming.
My brother's dying.
Let me trim my hair, please.
Hey, it's my brother. Is he gonna be okay?
Someone had a shot. Wait, he's lost a lot of blood.
He did cut his hair.
Look at this kid. Just as soon as we're done talking to him. You just told
Yeah, he was also beat up.
Don't answer. Don't say anything.
Yeah, she shot. Yeah, God, there's too much to focus on.
We're losing him.
What do you do?
For his sake, I hope that he survives, because you don't want to be charged with manslaughter or just straight up murder.
No, he's got to focus on Marissa, his brother. They're asking him questions.
Oh yeah, he's having a panic attack, man.
Woohoo!
What's gonna happen next?
I don't know. Is he dead? Well, he's guest starring, so maybe not. I had to switch to subs because that was a bit too fucked up.
Senior year, waiting to get charged with manslaughter. Wouldn't have made the list.
She's still afraid that it might happen. Yeah.
Before Trey, I never actually knew anyone in a coma.
So,
well, I mean, on the
coma.
Valley, there's someone in a coma like every week, but I think they only do that so that when the person wakes up, another actor can play the part.
If Trey wakes up, he's still gonna be Trey.
It is still Logan.
Whatever happens, Ryan facing off with Trey to avenge your honor? God, that is so freaking hot.
Yeah, but it ended with Marissa shooting someone, so she's probably not focusing on that.
I shot someone's son. I'm gonna have to live with that for the rest of my life.
If he does wake up too, he can testify that Marissa shot him.
She's gonna be in trouble.
I don't know if Ryan truly feels bad about her shooting Trey. I think it's just
Everything.
Yeah. Too many emotions.
Now, the kids have been through a lot this summer with all this hanging over them. And now school is starting.
Which is why the DA wants to get moving.
Marissa's protected under the defense of others.
DA's not looking to go after Marissa.
But why would they go after Ryan?
Yeah, why?
Look at the record Ryan's got. His history of violence.
That doesn't explain shit. He didn't do anything.
What was he doing over Trey's in the first place? His brother tried to rape his girlfriend. We've got cause.
If you go after Ryan, social services could take him away from us.
Which explains Miss Cooper's motivation to cover for him.
You're fishing so hard. Why? I hate this. Kind of feels like they need to win,
I
so...
can see why they want to do this. I mean...
No, it feels like they need to win, so they go after the easiest target.
Kirsten, your progress here at Zurich has been truly wonderful to watch.
Being here has given me the clarity to understand why I turned to alcohol in the first place.
Did they tell you what's going on at home? I don't know if I would tell her.
I guess it begins and ends with my dad. I realized that no matter how hard I worked or how hard I tried, it was never enough. It was never enough. It became my mantra. I was never a good enough wife or a mom because I wasn't a good enough daughter.
It sounds to me like Syriac's work is done. You'll need to get a sponsor.
Now go back to the
attend
shit.
meetings, but there's no reason you can't do that from your home.
Great.
Are you afraid to go back?
It is terrifying to just be on your own
Yes.
outside.
I know about that. When I came out of the hospital, that's the same feeling I got.
I have nothing new to say.
Well, your previous statement came at the hospital. Maybe you remember things differently now.
I remember everything exactly as I told you.
Well, then you can tell me again.
Just to catch them on a lie.
And I didn't shoot him.
Your fingerprints were on the gun.
Yeah, because I put the safety back on to make sure it didn't go off again. We weren't exactly thinking at the time.
What were you afraid was going to happen between Ryan and his brother? Why were you trying
I
to stop
hate
them?
that they're twisting everything. I know it's their job, but it sucks.
You went to Trey's that
It
night to
sucks.
kill your brother, didn't you, Mr. Atwood?
Beat him up good, maybe. If he had died, like, he wasn't thinking clearly, but he didn't shoot him.
Ryan does have a past of anger issue.
It really feels like they're going for the easiest target because they can't go do shit against Marissa.
I just hope Marissa listens to me and our attorney. The last thing we need is her admitting to the DA that she shot someone.
She already admitted it.
She wasn't in her right frame of mind when she spoke to the police.
So what's our story? Trey shot himself in the back? She's not gonna lie and say Ryan did it.
Are you gonna say Ryan did it?
They all think she's protecting him.
So you want Ryan to go away for this?
Really?
All I know
Bitch.
is that before he moved to Newport, our lives were a lot more normal.
No, that's not true.
No, Marissa was miserable.
She doesn't want the issue and the problem, so she's gonna fucking aim for Ryan to be taken away. And with his background, people will judge and will
Well,
send him
assume that he
away.
did the thing, yeah.
I don't like him this way. He's a better listener.
Seth, god damn it.
Not the time.
You're talkative around coma patients. It's a compensation thing. I'll give you guys a minute.
Wait.
He's gonna wake up soon. He's gonna move. He's gonna move. Yeah. Which could go either really good or really bad.
Well, it could be that his brother shot him.
Can't blame yourself, and you can't change what happened.
Yeah, but I mean, Trey could have tried to make it work. Now everything's screwed up, and he's the only family I got left.
Well, it's not exactly true.
The only family from Chino I got left. I mean,
Yeah. That's just fucking proof that he's a good person again. Now he feels bad. Now don't screw it up. I don't want him to die,
maybe
but
forgot everything is a new person.
I have amnesia.
Hello?
Your brother is awake.
Okay, thank you. It was a hospital. Trey woke up.
Da, da, da.
We'll see what he does.
When I heard you talking, it was like you were describing my life. Rich, dominating father, the high pressure. Nothing was ever good enough. Just glad I didn't bore you. It was amazing. Obviously, you're a little further along. I could never have admitted all that. Do you want to maybe get coffee sometime? We can talk trash about our dads.
I don't know why I have a bad feeling about her.
Me too.
I hope it goes well, but
I don't know why, but when I saw her, I thought of a blonde Julie.
a little bit maybe. It's the looks. It's I don't know. That I don't like. And like, there's always a risk when you get close to someone in rehab when they're not okay yet. They can maybe drag you down with them again. So you got to be careful with that.
Well, you should be coming home any day now, right? Just give me a heads up so I can make sure the house is livable.
It's like she's afraid of being left without support, where it's gonna get difficult again and it'll be tempting to go back. And it's okay to be afraid.
Trey's awake.
Oh my God.
Dun, dun, dun.
When did he?
Couldn't have been too long. I just saw him.
You saw him?
Been up there a couple times, you know.
Hey, I would have gone with you.
Oh, no, you shouldn't have to see him ever again. I don't have the same choice.
Well, yeah, you actually
Didn't
do.
have the same chose too.
Well, I mean, I guess now that he's awake, he can tell the lawyers what really happened.
Will he?
He can still say that his brother shot him.
He could say a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the purpose would be to say that Ryan shot him, but right now we are putting all our hopes on Trey, so I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's going to take 2 months. Caleb wrote a will. Just read it already.
That's true, we need to deal with that too.
We are paying a very high-priced defense attorney to protect our daughter, and right now the meter's running.
I wish I could help.
I'm a grieving widow.
No, you're not.
Yeah, she moved on quite fast.
Why don't you just tell us what's in it, and it'll be our little secret.
I can't do that.
Let's play hot cold. 2 million. 7 million.
What if she's not on the will?
Maybe she isn't.
Julie, the hospital called.
What do they say?
There is an awkwardness between all of them now.
We need to have some fun. We can't control the future, right? So how do we deal? Who knows what's to come, right?
Season 3. But there's a possibility of jail, and I don't like that.
So what do we do?
Well, I have an idea.
Oh, finally! We know we have a boat, we never fucking use it. With the fact that the summer, so summer's breeze, anyway, the
Summer's breeze.
I expect to see a lot more sailing in this show. We never do that.
That's in season 1.
Well, he sold the boat for a while. He supposedly took it back, but
bought
now
it back.
I never saw it again.
So Cooper's got a nice boat, huh?
Yeah.
With your 2 hands on the wheel and the wind blowing through your hair.
You were pretty
Kind
awesome.
of hot.
Take the boat, take her on a fucking cruise. Do it often.
How you doing? Okay?
I mean, I don't know, to be honest. Are we okay?
Yeah, sure.
It's just awkward. I feel like he might be feeling bad like about going to see Trey after what he did to Marissa. Maybe he feels bad that he's kind of betraying her in a way, but he feels he needs to be there.
Or the fact that if he didn't went to trains, Marissa wouldn't have to shot him to protect him.
That too. But she's taking it like, oh, you're not okay with me. It's the boys taking her girlfriend and then a random shot of Ryan taking Seth.
Well, you took his girlfriend?
The fuck? This is all nice, but I'm afraid that they're giving us that because it's about to get worse.
Probably, yeah.
If this is as good as it gets for a while.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Thanks for almost getting my bathing suit wet, Cohen.
My pleasure.
Cohen. Can't believe that you did that, Cohen.
Why can it be nice like this every single time?
Yeah, it's just
Why
a slice
do we
of
need
life
drama?
episode. Slice of life show. Forever. This turned into a horror movie quick. The widow. This could be Julie trying to do damage
Come on.
control.
It's Julie or that's the girl, Jessica?
Why would she be there?
I'm looking for Trey Atwood.
Fuck off.
It's the widow, guys. It's the widow.
My relationship with Julie does that all the time, but if she does this, quickly.
Hey, Trey. I've been wanting to talk to you. Look at you, lying there all helpless, unable to stop me from doing whatever I want.
Okay, no, this is what?
Kind of like the night you tried to rape my daughter.
Oh yeah, that is true.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you should be, you son of a bitch. Which is why you're gonna help me. In exchange, I'm prepared to compensate you. How does $20,000 sound?
Fuck.
What do you want?
3 simple words. Ryan.
No,
Shut
no.
me.
Julie, fuck off.
You're doing this to your brother, really? I know the money is tempting.
Yeah, but she's also threatening him to kill him or do something more because of what he did to our daughter.
Fuck off!
Trey talked to the police this morning.
And he said you did
Confirmed
it.
their suspicion that it was you who shot him. They're gonna be issuing a warrant for your arrest in a few hours.
Fuck.
Now we're gonna figure this thing out.
Fuck.
I need to know that you are telling me everything that happened.
Yes!
What difference does it make?
Dude, you need to fight for yourself, man. He feels betrayed. His brother's fucking lying for this, but
It's another betrayal.
I know. It's gonna be our word against his.
All right.
And he's the one that ended up in a coma, so...
Hey.
Wife beater, leather jacket. It's a Ryan Atwood escapist ensemble.
Well, he doesn't want to go to jail.
Dude, you're not running away.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
It's gonna make it worse.
You're sailing, and we're coming with you.
You're gonna make it worse, you guys.
Yes, since apparently there's boats involved, which is my forte.
Guys,
We're not gonna become fugitives now.
I love the support, but to run away kind of says, yes, you're
That
guilty.
you're guilty.
Until we're not ready yet, huh?
I have bad vibes about that girl.
I don't know, yeah.
That's my biggest fear, that I'm not ready. And I'm not going back to my husband and my boys until I know. Then I'll never let them down again.
It's not a race.
True.
Take all the time you need.
I wasn't in a hospital for addiction, but when I said to people I was afraid to go back home because I would have all the responsibility of the meds and taking care of myself again, people just told me, like, they don't have a right to kick you out. If you don't feel ready, say so and take your time. Otherwise, you'll be back here before you know it.
We're looking for Ryan Atwood. You're a little late, I'm afraid.
He's not running away. He's just taking a vacation.
But we gotta hurry.
Let's go.
Let's just hope that
How long is this
this
Catalina?
This
won't
is not-
end badly, please.
You can get in a lot of trouble for this, so
Yes.
if you want to back out. Are you kidding? This is a great excuse to skip school.
Just until we can get Trey to change his story.
It's gonna be worse. Fuck. I hate this.
Back to season 1, right?
Yeah, but now he's really not guilty. And it's not just stealing a car, it's attempted murder, yeah.
Someone who's innocent, you've done a hell of a job to look guilty.
Yeah.
I see how these cops and lawyers look at me. My record, my family. And you know I'm right.
This isn't over. The arraignment's set for tomorrow. We're gonna fight this.
Yeah, but it's kind of like he's lost from the beginning.
Trey could still change his mind.
Yeah, how's that gonna happen?
Find the reason why he said that in the
I
beginning.
haven't worn this candy stripers outfit since, like, the time.
Why did you say that?
Come on, Trey. We know you lie. Tell the truth.
Close the blinds.
I don't want to speak to anyone else. Hey, did you hear it?
You really love Ryan, girl, because to face him like that,
You couldn't finish the job.
you should have had a recorder.
Do you remember it was me who shot you?
I'm trying to protect.
Bitch, that's not true.
By blaming Ryan?
I'm sorry, Marissa, for everything. I just didn't know how to make it right.
Maybe by not making it worse?
But she offered me a way out.
Oh, la 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 la.
What? Who did?
Your mom.
Of course she did.
If you want to make it right, then there's only one thing for you to do.
Tell the
Please.
damn truth.
Please. It starts with this, man.
Please don't betray your brother once again.
It's already hard to forgive him. This starts here. You really want to be forgiven? Start with by telling the truth. Don't make it worse.
I've been trying to figure out why Trey would try to frame Ryan.
Julie's name came up.
The only thing I can figure, somebody paid him.
Oh shit, oh shit.
Who would sink that low?
Only one name came to mind. And you didn't try to stop her. Put yourself in my shoes.
Put yourself in Ryan's shoes.
I got a wife in rehab who doesn't want to come home and a kid who's been locked up for something he didn't do. I think your shoes are looking pretty good right now.
Look, I get it. I'm trying to protect my family, too.
Because family means so much to you.
Oh,
You did leave.
You're hitting low, Cindy.
Caleb dies, boom. Suddenly you show up.
Yeah, you did leave.
When things got hard, you did live.
And there's, I mean, it's true that with Caleb dying, there's a possibility of money and making, you know.
Okay.
Did he tell the truth?
Wait till Julie hears this.
I know what you did.
Last summer.
What do you mean? What's this?
A copy of Trey's confession, saying that if I didn't shoot him, he would have killed his brother. Police have one too.
Good. Thank you, man. On that, thank you.
Do you know what you've done? You know how small this town is. This will get out. What? That I saved my boyfriend's life?
That you shot someone.
Her and her appearance. Obsession.
All you care about is what people in Newport think of us.
Yep.
Of you. You know, I don't need you to protect me. I need you to stay out of my life.
That's true. It's a great way to bring back everything. This episode is really good. Bringing back Ryan's past and his antecedent. Bringing back Julie's obsession with gossip and the scandal of last season. Mm-hmm. Jimmy's obsession with money and how bad he is with it. Like, it's just all around really good.
But I mean,
You have a hell of a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And if you two get married, you'll have a hell of a mother-in-law. But you're free.
There's something I gotta do.
Make your life better.
If that's the way it is, and that's the way it is. If that's the way it is, and that's I still feel you.
This is sad, but I actually like this a lot. It's
For the
best.
better.
It's best like this.
I really do hope that he turns his life around and he has a good life.
He needs to.
Looking forward, despite all the shit that he caused. At least it's a goodbye his brother at the end.
It started there, and he did the right move. It sucks, but the family's here too, man. Like, you're not alone.
When we were kids, Trey got in this big fight with my mom, and he ran away. And I stayed up waiting for him, wondering where he went. It was always me and Trey against the world. How would I make it without him? Now here I am again, alone.
You have your family.
You got the Coens, Marissa, Summer.
You're not alone this time. I know. I really want to put this behind us.
So,
It's not that easy.
I mean, can we?
Give yourself time.
Okay.
This episode was way too short.
I am glad that Trey decided to do good to his brother at the end.
Yeah.
Because it is true that with what he did to Marissa, the fact that he tried to assault her.
Assault her.
It did assault her, basically.
Try to rape her.
Try to rape her, thank you. Julie could have done way worse. She could have just killed him in a hospital room.
Well, it's weird because I was so fixed on her saying that she wanted Ryan to take the fall for Marissa. I forgot that it's true. You just found out he tried to rape your daughter, and there could have been that. It felt like a threat for sure, but that's not why he said that Ryan shot him. He said that because with the 20,000, like he said, it was an easy escape. It was a way out, a way for him to stop struggling, for a while, have it easy and start anew, leave that behind. And basically, he was running away from his problems. And the only way to do that easily would be to take the money that Julie offered.
And to blame it all on his brother.
And telling the truth is the first step for me towards redemption. Which brings me to all the discussions we had about Trey. The problem with Trey, I said it in the very first episode where he came back.
Yeah.
I love brother stories. I love it when stuff like that happens in a show. And yes, we've been hard on Trey, but that's because we know, we have experience with people like that a little bit. It's really hard to accept that someone is changing when they're not proving anything. Like, they're just saying they are willing to change, but they're not making moves to do that. And I had so many red flags when it comes to Trey, which turned out to be right because he did try to, rape Marissa. But I also, despite that, I also understand that he's a young adult with no true, I know someone who told me that because of all the bad shit they did, they were a big man, they were important and all of that. But truly, people like that, you have experience in this world, doesn't mean you are important, doesn't mean you are mature, doesn't mean you are, a big man. And Trey, that's how I see it. He has experience in this world, but he's not mature. He's not kept together. He doesn't know what to do. He's lost just as much as all the other kids in this show. And he just came out of jail, so it was going to be hard for him from the beginning, but he was given so much compared to all the other men who come out of jail. He had support from the Cohens, he had Ryan willing to give him another chance, he had Marissa there to help him because he was Ryan's brother, and every episode he kept just trying to mess up, and I understand that. It's going to be hard for him to trust people, it's going to be hard for him to accept help from others. Ryan was a bit the same in the beginning. You're so used to doing things your own way, doing things on your own because you had no support system when you were a kid. And now you're coming out of jail, you kind of want to prove people that you can do better, that you can do things on your own.
But it's the fact that you're so used to the fact that when people are doing nice stuff for you, they expect something in return.
That too.
So,
and he wanted to prove to Ryan he could take care of himself. He doesn't want to act like a kid because he believes he's been through so much. It's kind of like he's expected to be the adult now, but when in fact he's not. And on top of that, you add all the difficulties from coming out of jail and having that record. We see that all the time with Ryan, and he's not even been to jail. The prejudices, the weird looks, the low expectations, because they expect him coming from this family, coming from this background, to mess up constantly, and they will aim at them all the time because it's better, it's easier, and it makes more sense than to aim at the rich people who, they have rich parents to clear away those reports and those bad behaviors, nothing happened.
If you take aside the family background, the fact that Marissa's come from a rich family from Newport and ran from a more poor middle class family of Chino. Ryan does have a case of anger issues, a case where he was supposed to go, he went to juvie.
Yeah, and Marissa has a background of drinking like crazy despite being underage, driving while being under the influence.
Yeah, but that's not on record.
No, but that's the thing. It's there's a double standard of dealing with rich kids and erasing what they do because it doesn't really matter. And those that come from a low background with
True.
poorer families
But I meant-
and putting all that shit on them.
What I meant for the DA, if you see someone case like, oh, that kid got anger issues, he got trouble with his brother tried to rape his girlfriend, why did he come to his brother apartment and you got his girlfriend?
Honestly though,
I will also be inclined to believe that she's trying to protect him.
I don't think
you know?
any of these lawyers cared much about what truly happened. To be fair, as sad as it sounds, sometimes lawyers and they need a win because that's the case they've been given, and we saw that in Better Call Saul. It doesn't necessarily matter who did it. Their case is, I need to defend Trey, because I mean that's the case they've been given. So the easier way to win the case would be to go against Ryan, because if you go against Marissa, she's not gonna go in jail because the reason why she shot Trey was self-defense. It was defending Ryan. Ryan, if you pick him, like he said it to Sandy, like we're not going against Marissa. He told him his strategy because he needed to win the case, and in order to win the case for Trey, you need to go after the easier target.
Brother.
In that case, that's why it felt like a manhunt of we're just gonna pick the easier case here because they had a sure way of winning. There's too much evidence against Ryan, and if Ryan shot Trey, you can't say it was self-defense or defense, against whatever, because he had a reason to be there.
Yeah.
So it's to me it's bullshit and it's prejudice, and it's just taking Ryan's background and pitting it against him no matter why he was there. And yes, he did mess up because he did show up with the intention of potentially killing Trey, but the reasons behind why he did it are also not to be forgotten, and they seem to be okay with letting that go. But Marissa did not, what's the word, damn? She did not press charges against Trey for trying to rape her. So it gets complicated, but all they focused on was someone got shot. And that's the thing. When one of them ends up in a coma in the hospital, he's going to be painted as the victim. Like, people will be more inclined to forget the reasons why someone was there in the beginning, to begin with. They'll focus on who got shot.
Yeah. Just the end results.
Yeah. So, but yeah, when it comes to Trey, it was hard to let go of all the stuff he was doing because we saw him get further and further into that whole just spitting almost on the opportunities or messing those opportunities up. And we saw how it affected everyone else around him. So of course we were going to defend the others. But this episode, I got reminded of what we talked about, how, it's hard for him coming out of jail. It's hard for him being used to this new life and acting like an adult when truly he had no chance to actually mature and grow up the proper way. And he did, like, the mess up with Marissa, from his point of view, he was wasted. He made a bad judgment. He made an error in judgment, which ended up being fucked up.
What we said about that accident is, yes, if you could maybe try to justify the fact that he was just wasted and he realized that he fucked up at the end, that's the thing. That if you try to apologize for his action and try to change,
It's what he did after.
It's what he did after. He tried to force Marissa to forgive him and start to be in her life, and he even broke in her house. So that's not okay.
I mean, on that front, it all comes down to Marissa. I don't think she's forgiving him, and like Ryan said, if she doesn't want to see Trey ever again, it's her right, and I think that's why it's okay that Trey leaves, because I don't want him around Marissa. He's not gonna face consequences for what he did, but he should, and this is the consequence he's setting for himself. He's not gonna be with his brother anymore. He's not gonna be surrounded by these people anymore. Now he's on his own. You messed up. When you mess up, I don't really care why you messed up. You have to face the consequences, and this is the consequence. But no one is, I do believe that if Marissa is willing to face him and tell him, like, you want to make it right, this is what you need to do. If she's giving him that chance, I'm okay with giving him that chance too. And what he did in this episode was the right thing to do. It was a step in the right direction.
He took it.
Yeah.
Thank God he took it.
He got afraid in the beginning and he took the money. I understand why, even though, like, that's fucked up to put your brother through that. But he came back to his sense in the end. I don't truly believe in trying to protect Marissa. Like, maybe I'm underestimating how much he cared about her. But I think he was really trying to run away from his problems. without really thinking. Like, that's the thing with Trey. He acts without thinking about the consequences of his action, what it means to other people. And when Marissa made him face the reality, and she was like, yeah, this is what I want you to do. And your brother, he cares about Ryan, for sure. I don't think he wants to put him through that. And when faced with what could be happening if he kept up the lie, he did the right thing. So that's a point for him. And hopefully he gets to start anew somewhere else and he keeps making good choices. Ryan, it's going to be tough for him. It's, like I said, it's the last family member he's got. I know he knows he's got the Coens, but it's not easy to believe that.
I mean, it's last blood family member that he has, the last member from his family from Chino that he has.
He knows the facts, but it's not easy to make your emotions tag along with those facts. Like, he's still gonna feel abandoned. He's still gonna feel like he's losing a family member. Just like he knew it was for the best when his mom left, but he still felt that loss. It's someone he's had around for so long, and now he's gone potentially for good. He's gonna grieve. And on top of that, like, I hope his relationship with Marissa is okay, but it was awkward between them because I think he felt bad that in his heart he still felt the need to show up to the hospital, meet with Trey. He still felt love for his brother despite what he did, and his love for Marissa made him feel guilty about what he still felt for Trey. And he didn't tell Marissa he was showing up at the hospital. He didn't say anything about that. And she thought it was because there was something wrong between them. But I feel it's because Ryan had conflicted emotions when it comes to Trey. And he did not want to tell her that by fear that she would feel insulted or rejected, or like, oh, you don't love me enough to push him away or something like that. Because he did assault her. So if for Ryan, like, he's in a relationship with Marissa, and out of respect and loyalty for her, the reaction, the logical reaction would be to not hang out with her attempted rapist, you know? Like, that's how you would expect someone to react. But it's his brother, so he's got conflicted feelings when it comes to Trey, and he would have felt bad about wanting to see him, wanting to show up to the hospital, and still being with Marissa. So I see why it's awkward, and I just hope it gets better from now on. I think she's okay with moving on. I think she understood.
I think that maybe a part of Ryan might feel guilty that if it weren't for him, the whole Trey business would have never happened.
I mean, it's probably a part of it, but the way he explained it in the end, I think it's the way I'm explaining it, I think it's the bigger issue. Like, how he still felt connected to Trey despite what he did to Marissa, and that got conflicted in his mind and in his heart.
But it could be conflicted because it is still your brother, and he's in a coma. He might not wake up.
Yeah, like, the reality of the situation got to him, and once the adrenaline got down, like, he fucking passed out. Once the adrenaline got down and he faced the facts, and he was not, like, he calmed down and wasn't angry anymore. Like, yeah, he faced the realization that his brother could really die, and this is someone he grew up with, someone he still cared about. So it's hard, but I think despite how sad it was in the end, I think it's definitely the best way to go. Like, for him to leave and find his chance somewhere else, and leave Ryan to grow on his own with his new family and have a new beginning for himself as well. Cause it was not. I mean, with Marissa, it was always going to be awkward anyway. It was always going to be tough, and it was always going to be conflicting for Ryan. If Trey's still around, like, what do you do? But that's why we'll see where the relationship goes, but we could face a few issues with that later on. Okay. At least Seth and Summer seem to be okay.
Speaking of other issues, I did love the fact that Sandy brought again the fact that Jimmy kind of just left when things got difficult, right?
And then I feel like the way he phrased it, and I mean, it could have been something else, but it's true that he came back as soon as there was, like, he came back for support, but then he also said, well, how about I stay when there was the possibility of their family getting a lot of money, and he doesn't get that money unless he's with Julie. I don't want to paint Jimmy as a money-hungry hunter who goes back to be with Julie just for that.
But had big problem with money laundering at the beginning.
Yeah, I know.
That he never did jail, right?
No, I don't think he did. I don't.
Okay.
No, we don't.
So just like with Trey, sometimes it is difficult to break out with your bad habits.
Well, that's just like with Kirsten. But we'll see where it goes. He was getting close to Julie before leaving, so that's why I was like, oh, okay, like now they want to pick that up again now that she's no longer with Caleb. But the way Sandy phrased it, it is true that they think they're about to get a lot of money, but that would be so funny if they didn't get shit, because we don't know what's on Caleb's will.
It's true, we don't.
But that's also gonna, like, if they don't get anything, that's where we'll see if Jimmy is back for Julie and his family, or if he's back for the money.
I hope that he's back for his family, but the fact that we understood that he had to leave because he needed to be at peace with himself, like he needed to work on himself. I don't know if he did really work on himself.
Well, the fact that he was willing, I feel like the fact that he knew it was wrong to blame Ryan for what happened, and he knew what Julie did, yet he said nothing, makes me think that, okay, so you lied because you don't want to put Julie against you. So you don't really care about doing the right thing. You care about staying with Julie. So what would motivate you to stay with Julie that much? And I think that's what Sandy was kind of hinting at. Like he didn't come back for the family so much. But I mean, I still want to have faith in him. It's just that his past record doesn't really, you know.
Are you gonna judge someone by his past
red flags? Just like that woman in rehab, which I don't know. Like those weird. Obviously, they want us to be wary of her because there are many shots of her just looking at her from afar. It kind of feels like she envies Kirsten's life.
You think?
Well, she kind of looked at her when she was looking at the photo of her family. She kind of looked at her like. And when she hugged Sandy and stuff, she kind of looked at her like, too. So is that what's going on? Like, is she envious of Kirsten's life? Because I was afraid in the beginning that since she was saying she's not as far in her recovery as Kirsten, I was a bit afraid that if they got close, there was a chance that she would fall down again and she would take Kirsten with her.
Who knows?
Which is possible.
Well, she did say that they have a similar background with a rich father who was some sort of her hassle.
But maybe she wants her life.
Their problems came from that. So yeah, maybe she want to take her life.
It kind of feels like that from the shots.
Not killing her, but she wants to take her place in her life.
We'll see. But
hopefully
quickly,
it's not gonna be that. But maybe,
I don't
who
know.
knows?
But quickly, the whole feeling like you're not ready to go out and be on your own again. I get that in a way, not with rehab, but like I said in the episode, I spent 3 months in the hospital because of cancer. And when it got time for me to leave the hospital, or at least it got close and people started talking about letting me go, I kind of felt stressed about the idea of being on my own because people take care of you in the hospital. People, give you what you need to take. You have a schedule that they follow. You don't have to worry about anything.
You don't have to stress yourself over maintaining your health,
Well, yeah, but you don't have to pay attention to the schedules and worry about that. But when you are on your own, now you're the one in charge. So if you mess up, that's on you. And there's so much to keep an eye on. So I got scared almost. Like I was stressed at the idea of being on my own and having to take care of all of that. So I remember that pretty clearly. And now if you translate that to rehab, it comes down to that weakness. Like I was weak first, there's the antecedent too. Like she was weak once and she fell into alcohol. And now that she's going to be alone with all the responsibilities, all the temptations, and no one there to guide her towards what to do and to take stuff from her and basically keep her in the right path, she might be that's why she's feeling the fear of going back home, to put all that responsibility on her shoulders and not thinking that she might not be strong enough to do that. I think she would be fine. I think she has a support system that's really strong back home. She just needs to take that step. But with that girl doing God knows what and planning God knows what, I don't know. We'll have to see.
It was ominous. All of her looks from afar when she looked at Kirsten.
Yeah. At least she's not coming back to Ryan being in jail and all. Yeah. Which would have been really bad.
Do you think that she knows or she doesn't?
It feels like they didn't tell her, just because she was in rehab.
Just
so it's not the time.
Feeling what's going on right now.
No, but it's not the time. I would not tell her. I would want to tell her, but I would not because she's literally in rehab to deal with her feelings and all of that. You don't want to. I mean, for someone like Sandy, maybe you don't want to put her through that. And the way she reacted and stuff, she didn't even talk about what was going on. So I don't think they told her. But she would have been hit with that in the face as soon as she got out.
Maybe that's why Stanley did not give his phone to Kirsten when Seth was on phone. Just
Well,
to make sure
maybe.
that he won't tell his mom what's going on.
Maybe.
Because
But
Seth
yeah.
cannot keep a secret for shit.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, first episode of season 3 hits strong. I actually liked it very much. I thought it was nice how they brought back so much from the first 2 seasons.
It was like a huge recap from the first season.
Not a recap. I feel
Not
like
a recap, but they brought so many similar things from first season.
I've talked about how sometimes in the OC it feels like stuff happens and then we kind of let that go and we move on pretty easily. There's no like, with some of the problems they do it right, but with other problems it's like we forget about it and we move on. So I really like that in this first episode of season 3 they brought back all the issues that we knew about, and they brought like a lot of the behaviors from a lot of the characters were directly inspired by what happened last season or the first season. So it felt realistic, it felt intense, it felt right and emotional too. So it's a good start. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alright, let's start for the third season, right?
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
If you don't want to, the next one shall be on YouTube pretty soon, guys. So, see you then.
Bye.